All right, so this is the first video that I'm going to be making to just share with the admissions department on how to use the Fire Engine Red platform to do a variety of different things. So we do have a lot here. So this is going to be the first video of probably 3 or 4. And then, of course, this will be kind of a separate thing from the fireworks side of the CRM that we use. And that'll probably have 3 or 4 videos as well. So this is the best starting point possible if you are a new recruiter or if you're in admissions and you are just looking to learn how to use the Fire Engine Red CRM tools. Start here for sure. As a complete overview of everything, um, Fire Engine Red and the accompanying tool Fireworks are mutually work as a customer relations management tool, CRM. And CRMs are essentially database systems that allow for data collection and communication. Those are the two main goals here. Extinguisher, where I'm at right now, is the data collection side, and Fireworks is the communication side. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to just start with Extinguisher, the data collection side of things, because it just would make more sense to start here. Within Extinguisher, once you are given permissions to access Extinguisher, you will see this front page that I'm on. And the software products with a check mark are the ones that DCC are currently paying for. So we are currently utilizing Applications, Event Manager, and Forms. That said, the email response and broadcast email that we aren't paying for, um, we are still able to do large mass marketing emails and generated email responses. So I don't exactly know what these two do, but we're going to really focus today on applications and forms. I have not used the event manager a whole lot. It'd be worthwhile to play with that sometime. But between applications and forms, there is so many ways to collect data, build forms, build applications, and to get data in an extremely streamlined fashion. So that's the goal today. I think I want to start with forms because it truly is a one video um, thing. Like we can literally cover everything in forms in this single video. And after this video, I'm going to move over to applications, and that's a little bit more lengthy. But starting with forms is where I started, and it is exactly what it sounds like. This is a form builder. So let's start there. The form builder side of Extinguisher is very similar to any of the form builders that you would see, such as FormStack, Google Forms, SurveyMonkey. It is very similar to all of those. These forms are either drafts or active. When you are building it, it'll be in a draft. And then once it's finished, it'll be active. And then if you ever want to inactivate it, there's another spot for that where you can take an active form, click inactivate, and then it will no longer be able to accept submissions. So you can see a variety of our different forms here. These untitled forms probably need to be deleted. Wrapper test form is for our website, but the information requests and athletic forms, I know those are being worked on currently, but I'm very familiar with these active forms, and that's really where we're going to spend most of our time is reviewing the active forms. Once you're in the platform and you're looking at active forms, you're probably not going to be editing them a whole lot, but I'll go over how to do those edits. But most of the time, once a form is active, you're just going to be reviewing the submissions. So right now, we're in the midst of really trying to get our prep days attended. We're trying to get students here on campus for prep days. We had one in June. Went really well. We're hoping to get 20 to 30 more students for the prep day in July. And in order to see who's registered for the prep days, I'm going to click the submissions button right here. Once I do that, I'll get this screen, which is a very popular screen. You'll see this a lot with Fire Engine. You can filter the submissions up here, you can search them, or you can even change what you see on the display. Down here's the display, and if you ever want to change it, it's just display fields. So you can see we have forms spanning all the way back to 2022, the prep days in July and June in 2022. And then starting right here, this was number 42, was our first of 2023. And that's submissions that are coming in right now. So when I want to look at a submission, there's a few different ways I can do it. I can simply click the edit button and I can look at it and I can actually change it as well. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just pick a random student. So you can see that when I click edit, I can see everything in that field and I can actually change it as well. So say you have a student who just is, hey, I registered for prep day. I said I wanted to do welding. I actually don't want to do welding anymore. I want to do agriculture. You can change that for the student on the back end. Very, very easy. You can see what they submit here and edit it as needed. Pretty self-explanatory. The other way to view it would be to view it as a PDF. And this is what I find myself doing more. So the easiest way of doing this would be to simply click the print PDF button, and it's going to have this screen come up and says, hey, if you want to print this PDF, we can print this for you. And not only will we print it for you, we're going to mark it as printed. The reason you might want to do that is so that if you're ever doing giant printing runs of all these forms and you don't want to print duplicates, you can mark them as printed. If you don't want to mark them as printed, you just click cancel and then you see the form download. So that is listed as unprinted currently. The form is downloaded. I can click it and view it in my browser. And this is what the form looks like. You can send this, you can email it, you can print it, all of that stuff. Again, though, if you want the system to recognize something as printed, when you would click this print PDF button, just use the same one, I could click this checkbox, click confirm. It will download it, it will print it, and it will say it's been printed in a hidden field. So again, that's a way to avoid duplicates. So that's how you look at each one on a case-by-case level. If you ever want to turn all this information into an export file or data sheet, you can very easily take all of these and export them as a CSV, or you can create your own forms and your own templates. We've been working on this with admissions, and that is an option as well. So if I were to do that, obviously a CSV is probably going to be what you want to do. CSVs are the easiest data sources to import, export, and share because it's essentially an Excel file that's not containing any Excel specific language. That's what a CSV does. So I could click that. But before I do that, I have to check the ones I want. So let's just check all of them. Boom. And export. That'd be how I do all of them. But now you might be thinking, wait a second, I want to export all the ones in 2023. Not every single one of them. Do I have to manually go in and click each box? No. That's where the filter comes in. So you'd go filter submissions, and you could do it based off of dates, updated before or after, submitted before or after. Or the easiest way, I would say, would be to search submissions, add a condition, and then the final way would to be only display the ones that have the dates you want. So you could display, and then you could do, oh, no, this is probably more difficult. Yeah, just do search submissions, add a condition. We're going to match the what date would you like to register for is one of these two dates. Hold the shift key, add that condition, and let me see, search. Boom. Now it is filtered through all of our 2023 records. And if I want to make it easier in the future, I could just say 2023 prep day, save that search. Boom. It's saved. Now I can click these, print them all, export them all, go from there. So click them all, export as a CSV, go. You can mark as exported. I'm not going to, but if you want to mark them as exported, you can. It's in a zip file. Of course, you just open up your zip file and it's right there. So I have all of the students in one Excel file right now. It's a CSV, so easy download. Oopsies. Oh, it's actually locked. I didn't realize that. This is great. This means it's going to encrypt the data so that this isn't going to be sent if it's not supposed to be sent. So it's going to have a privacy setting applied. That's actually a good thing. So yeah, so there's an example of what it could look like. Now you can add fields if you want to know what they're going to all be studying. When it comes up to the display field, I would just mark real quick. Academic interest, search. I can save that if I want to, but now I've got their academic interest there, and we'll say 2023 prep day plus academic interest, save, boom, and then when I export it this time, just click cancel. This time it'll contain that field of academic interest. Yeah, so then once you have it in the CSV, this just might be a handy thing. So if you're trying to say, oh, I want to know what all the students who are coming to prep day, what are they studying? You could just create this list and then print this little sheet right here and have that right there. You could also filter it first on Excel. Obviously, this is an Excel skill at this point, not a Fire Engine skill, so you can take care of that. You can alphabetize it by last name. Really, it's up to you what you do with the data, but it can be used a lot of different ways as you plan your prep day. Now, the reason I was clicking the Save button as we went is, let's say I set these saves up like I just did, and 3 weeks from now, I get 20 more students and I want to reprint it. I can come down to prep day on my forms, look at my submissions, and I can load the saved search. And that is going to create that filter once again that I made earlier and update it as well with the new students. So yeah, that's just handy, of course, so you don't have to redo all the clicks. Everything's available and really quick and easy that way. Just, hey, 2023 prep day plus academic interest, reprint the file, go from there. If you only want to do the students that you haven't exported yet, that's where this whole clicking this, exporting it as a CSV, and then when this dialog box pops up, I could click here and confirm it, and then I could only print the ones that haven't been marked as exported. Okay, so this is how you navigate forms within the Forms tab of Fire Engine Red. I used prep day as the example, but obviously whatever form you create, you can look for that information in this way. Right now, another big one would be our housing form. This is a multi-page submission. It's a little bit longer. We can see the students that are applying for housing right now. So let me just use myself as the example. And you can see when it becomes a multi-page PDF, it's still super easy to navigate and look what's going on. And it's all that same process I showed you with the prep day form: filter, search, display, load, save searches. All of that applies to every single form, no matter how big the form is. So That is how you navigate data that's in the form. And I think the next thing I want to show you will be how to create a form. But to keep these videos at a digestible speed, I think I'm going to stop right now and save this video. And then I'll pick up in the next video on how to create a form. And then we'll go look at the application side of thing after that. All right. Hope this video helps. And of course, let me know if you have any questions.